ESPN honoring Lia Thomas for Women's History Month. Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So they picked a man to honor for Women's History Month.
Lia identifies as a woman.
Yes, they do. They identify as a woman. However, they're not a woman.
Well, yet.
He's
getting there.
Do you know if they ever plan to be
Actually, I don't.
Have anything lopped off to?
I don't know. I don't know
either.
Not.
Are you gonna make that transition, or are we just gonna identify the whole time?
I'd like someone to ask me. I don't know that that's ever been asked.
I not that I know of, but it's interesting that men continue to be honored for all of these
overwhelming
women awards. It's bizarre. So ESPN yesterday honored former University of Pennsylvania swimmer Lia Thomas as part of a Celebrating Women's History Month segment. The segment brought up Thomas's transition from male to female, her win at the NCAA championships, and competing amid criticism from the swimming world. From the haters.
Yes.
From the bigots. From those people who are just so insensitive and not inclusive. People will say, oh, she just transitioned, so she would have an advantage so she could win. But she said, I transitioned to be happy. Oh, isn't that nice? Aww. That's nice. So she just transitioned to be happy, not to win women's sporting events. So shut up about it. Yeah, sure. She was the 462nd ranked man in the country in college swimming, and then became the number one woman's swimmer in collegiate swimming. But that's just, it's ancillary. That's not why she did it. Thomas's participation in NCAA women's swimming during the 2021-22 season sparked a growing debate over the fairness of transgender women competing against biological females. She became the first transgender woman to win an Ivy League championship and later an NCAA championship in the 500 free. But the wins didn't come without scrutiny and put a sharper focus on the governing bodies of various sports to set rules regarding transgender athletes' participation. Recently, World Athletics, we just talked about this on Friday, said it would exclude transgender female athletes who have been through male puberty from world ranking competitions. Okay? World Athletics' Sebastian Coe said the organization's decision could be guided by science. You think? Decisions are always difficult when they involve conflicting needs and rights between different groups, but we continue to take the view that we must maintain fairness for female athletes above all other considerations. How about that? Why aren't more organizations doing the same thing? Why aren't they paying attention to the women involved here? Sebastian Coe said...
disregarded them.
Yeah, you just forgot about them. We'll be guided in this by the science around physical performance and male advantage, which will inevitably develop over the coming years. As more evidence becomes available, we will review our position, but we believe the integrity of the female category in athletics is paramount. Huh. How about that? Meanwhile, I'm looking for we just had a story about, who was it that said, it was NPR. NPR said that there's scant little evidence that men have any physical advantage over women. Wait, excuse me? What? National Public Radio was ridiculed for claiming that there is limited scientific evidence that men have a physical advantage over women in sports. That's why, again, all right, you've got the rankings involved with Lia Thomas as a man and then as a woman. That's one example. But you also have the maybe the greatest female tennis player to ever play the sport. Back in 1998, it was what is her name? Oh, Williams, Serena Williams. Serena Williams. Back in, I believe it was 97 or 98 when she was in her prime. played the 202nd ranked man in the world and lost badly to him. I believe it was 6-1, 6-2. And that's a pretty wide margin.
Beating.
Yeah. For the number one woman to play the 202nd ranked man, just a little evidence there for you, too.
It could have been an unlucky day.
You know, it
Might
could have
been tired.
Maybe. And by the way, she said there's no way that a woman could beat a man in tennis. I mean, Serena Williams admitted that.
Right.
And it's a proven scientific fact. The article, though, was in response to the World Athletics Council, the governing body for international track and field, barring transgender athletes from competing in events designated for biological women. During a press conference, we already told you what Sebastian Coe said, but he added, however, in order to do further research into our transgender eligibility guideline, we'll be establishing a working group whose remit will be to consult specifically with transgender athletes to seek views on competing in athletics, to review and maybe commission additional research where there's currently limited research, and to put forward recommendations to council. So I guess they're going to continue to debate it and think about it and try to decide what to do with transgender athletes. I think the best thing you can do is like that soccer league did, and that's create a separate category for them.
You have to.
Why don't you just do that?
But that's not good enough.
It's not.
It's not inclusive enough to have your own separate category.
No, it's like the bathrooms. They insist.
Yeah.
No, I want to go into the bathroom I want to go into. No, why don't we create a bathroom for you or a locker room for you?
No, we can't
no.
do that. No.
Nope. We're going into the women's locker room.
I was trying to see if Lia Thomas had even begun any kind of operation or surgeries, and there's a story that pops up that where they were complaining that Lia was undressing in the women's locker room.
Yeah.
With the male genitalia showing.
Yes.
So
yes.
apparently that surgery has not taken place.
No. Not when you're dangling your dingleberries.
And we don't know that. I mean, might not be much dangle left, but I don't know that.
Who knows? I mean, I
wasn't in the locker room.
Well, and it was Riley
Gaines.
Riley Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines. Yeah,
who was talking about her teammates being in the locker room with her, and they were all like offended by, they've got to see a man unit there dangling
and
out.
Everybody says tough.
Yeah, too bad. Deal with it. You know what? We'll get you some therapy if you don't like to see a penis in your locker room. We'll get you some therapy so that you can deal with it. I mean, how is that possible?
I don't know.
How is it possible that you don't protect women at all anymore?
They
really amazing.
Nothing. They mean nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over.
It's how powerful the trans community is right now. They're just all powerful, and there's no going up against them, really. And that's why it's kind of impressive and amazing that the World Athletics Association did what they did.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty amazing.
That's a pretty strong stand for them.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see how that goes over, but
Yeah, and we'll see, because they said they're going to continue to review. So will they stick with it?
That's their
I don't
out.
know.
Yeah, that's their
it is their out. Well, we're going to continue to look into it. Meaning, if we get enough, pushback, enough blowback, we'll probably change it.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to protect the women.
There's protesters out front of my house tomorrow. We're changing it.
And that's what they do. Or if we see too many negative comments on Twitter, we're going to change it.
We're changing it.
We're going to just change it.